So now let's go back to that aviation issue, where there was a shakeup and it came in yesterday. Some people saw it late or saw it this morning. But that shakeup in the aviation, already in the aviation, we have the issue of trapped funds. Last I checked by IATA, it was $792 million. But let's see, perhaps from the perspective of a stakeholder, Mr. Olumide Onwayo. He's the General Secretary, Aviation Safety Roundtable Initiative, very active in the aviation sector. Did you see this coming, Mr. Onwayo? Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. Did you see this shake-up coming? Were you suspecting or smelling it from somewhere?
Well, it was expected, and even the players, knew that definitely when the dynamics comes, also want to have his team in place. And we're expecting that when they went for the Wari convention, we thought there would be a declaration, which the minister promised after that meeting with the head of agencies and other top directors in the agencies. But we didn't hear anything, and it was just a matter of time, and it happened yesterday. But before that, I think it's good it has happened because those who were waiting for it and were not concentrating enough because they have to keep doing things to in the interim or trying to just ensure they be on the safe ground. Why the lobbyings were going on for those who were there for others. But I think it's by and large, the decision that are taken, there's a need for the industry to move on.
You think this is the way to move on? Of course, there's the issue of investigation going on around there, but we see that, the major news we've been hearing, coming from the aviation is the issue of trapped funds. Is this in any way going to help the issue of trapped funds?
Had to do with the central bank, and I think the central bank and the Ministry of Finance would need to help us. All we can only do in the industry is to continue to plead and ask the government and the central bank to please expedite the action of repatriating those funds for those airlines, because it's affecting fares, and as it's affecting fares, it's also affecting investments, and it's also increasing our cost of getting equipment for the industry, leases, and other agreements that involve the international community. Because the trapped funds are not giving us good name, and the bad image has also cost us a lot with our image and the cost of doing business with our international partners.
So the president has said that the reason he's taking this step as the shake-up in the leadership in the sector is determination to bring world-class standards to Nigerian civil aviation and consumer protection, promotion of the well-being of Nigerian passengers, and all of that. As a player in the industry, what do you see this bringing, this change in leadership? What are your expectations?
Well, I think it's semantics. Every government always have a reason for a change, and the reason is always in the sector and to take it beyond what they met. And I just hope that will be achieved. The players that were removed, top professionals, some of them were really good. But then that's where like is some as you move on, some other people come in. So I think the challenge now for those who are coming in now is to see how they can go past what was done by their predecessors and see how they can improve the industry for us. Unfortunately, for the first time in a long time, there's that geographical distribution of the appointees. In the past, they've always been skewed towards the area where the minister comes from. But this time around, it's the spread across the country. We have people from the north and from the south, almost a balanced trend. And that professionals who were in two or three of the agencies. The projects were already working there, and they brought in 3 freshers. So there's a blend. What I just hope for now is to see that the objective of the government is achieved by the new team.
We have a bit of network issues with Mr. Onwayo.
Hello.
Mr. Oya, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Okay, I think we have a bit of a network. Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Okay, all right. I think we're having some network issues with Mr. Onwayo right there. I was telling us his expectation following the shakeup in the aviation sector that we saw yesterday coming in from the presidency, where the managing director of the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, Mr. Kabiru Yusuf Muhammad, has been removed from office and replaced with Mrs. Olubumi Oluwaseun Kuku as the substantive managing director of the Federal Airports Authority. We also had the managing director of the Nigerian Airspace Management Agency, Mr. Taib Adetunji Odunwo, has been removed from office and replaced with engineer Umar Ahmed Farouk as the substantive managing director of the Nigerian Airspace Management Agency. We had the Director General of the Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau, Engineer Akinola Olatere, has been removed and replaced with Mr. Alex Bade Jr. as the substantive Director General of the Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau. We had the Director of the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, Professor Mansour Baku Matazao, has been removed and replaced with Professor Charles Anosike as the substantive Director General of that agency. Director of Nigerian College of Aviation Technology, Captain Alkali Mahmoud Modibo, removed and replaced with Mr. Joseph Shaka. And the acting rector of the Nigerian College of Aviation Technology, pending the appointment of a substantive one. Also, of course, I will not leave out Director General of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, Captain Musa Shuaib Nuhu, has been suspended. The Naval Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to conduct an unfettered investigation into the activities of the suspended. Okay, I don't know if we can have Mr. Huayo. Mr. Huayo, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me, Mr. Huayo?
Yes, please.
Okay, so we're trying to get your expectation from these changes and the impact it should have on the sector, on the aviation industry.
Oh yeah. Well, it, as clearly stated by the federal government's statement yesterday, I think the new players should just follow through with the objectives and expectations of the government, and I expect them to be able to meet those objectives. They are professionals. They are not greenhorns in the industry. For those who are that are in the industry, then for those coming out outside the industry, some of them have had things to do within the industry in the past, and that should have given them some leverage on how to navigate through the system. But by and large, it's the change has come. We just want to see how, and that remains the position.
All right, so let's take a break now, Mr. Wayo. Thank you so much. Apparently, the network where you are is not very stable, but I mean, we're able to get a part of your thoughts and your perspective on this. Thank you so much, Mr. Olumide Wayo, the General Secretary, Aviation Safety Roundtable Initiative.